and our community for 100 years.
Okay, I'm sure you've been enjoying some poolside time over the course of the summer, and good for you, but of course you also want to protect your skin. So we were very happy this morning to welcome Dr. Luke Maxfield to the show. He is a dermatologist with the soon-to-be opened, not even opened yet, Aspire Dermatology and Skin Surgery Center. So good to see you.
Thanks, appreciate it. Good to see you. Very glad to be here.
I asked him earlier, we were just kind of getting acquainted because it is his first time, and I said, so now how long have y'all been open? I've never gotten the answer 0 days before.
Yeah.
But you're doing a launch before you open on July 1st.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I figure there's a lot of value in just letting people know where we will be, because honestly we can get people in ahead of time, or book people ahead of time rather, so that when we open up, we're ready to see them and they have an appointment waiting for them.
So I know your passion is to help people learn how to take care of their skin and beautify their skin and protect it. We love to tell stories. So before I let you talk about the skin care, can I tell a story about you?
Yes, I don't know this is coming for the record.
So Dr. Maxfield and I were talking, and he's from Colorado originally, and his wife is from Saudi Daisy, and just various things. And he mentioned that he likes a small town. And I said, oh, so you're like Doc Hollywood. And he said, no, I'm Doc Dollywood. You're all about small town living.
I am. It's actually a deliberate path of mine. I told you a little bit about this, but ever since undergraduate, I've had the goal of moving to the South, at the time moving by the beach where I've been for the last few years, and then also being in a small community. That is a top priority of mine, and a vision I've been fortunate enough to actually see through. Where I work currently, I'm in a small town in North Carolina, and now I'm just very blessed to open up this in what is a growing but still smaller community in Saudi Daisy.
And we kind of pride ourselves here on supporting local, and so you'll be right in line with all of that. But back to your beach time and your love of surfing, I think that might surprise some people that here you are a dermatologist, but you want to be outside in the sun as well, so you don't want people to be afraid to get out. You just want them to do it the right way.
No, that is a huge thing, because there was a time, and I think appropriately so, when professionals were very strongly advising people to not only take care of their skin, but the message came across sometimes as just avoiding the sun. So there's a difference between sun protection and sun avoidance. And sun protection is, of course, like UPF clothing to protect your skin. It's just sunscreen on a consistent basis, regularly, and reapplying. And then there's sun avoidance, where you just aren't outside. You're just not active. And so I think there's a huge and tremendous value to a person being active, being out, moving. It's good for the body, it's good for the soul, it's good for you overall, but it is certainly hard on the skin. And so you just have to balance that with taking care of your skin.
Actually, can we come back to that idea of that being good for the skin too? Because exercise and movement also rejuvenates the skin, doesn't it? There
is limited data, but there are some studies, I will certainly say. There are a couple of studies that do show benefits, even to, of course, the functionality, but also the appearance of aging skin and the way your skin ages over time when a person is active and exercises. And there is also my personal and professional anecdote that I firmly believe that. I just don't think that the science and data has quite caught up to the reality of life, whereby exercise is certainly good for you overall, and it is certainly good for your skin.
It's our largest living organ, right?
This is true, yes.
So let's talk then about getting outside, whether it's gardening or hanging out by the pool or whatever it is. Sunscreen is the #1 thing to remember to put on?
Yes, sunscreen, absolutely. I'm a big fan of the clothing as well. There's a practical side to this, and sunscreen for the body is important. That's the neglected area. I regularly see patients come in and they're trying very hard to address skin concerns, skin cancers that have developed on the arms, the décolletage area, a classic neglected spot. But the face is actually well taken care of. The hardest thing about getting sunscreen on the body, in my opinion, and it's like a little bit of a divergence, it's a lot of sunscreen, and it's
that's true.
goopy, sticky, and you forget to reapply in this areas. So for me, just a simple sun shirt, UPF rating is real, it's effective, it's an objective measurement. Just makes life so much easier.
Well, you know, think about the people you see who are in lawn care for a business. They all will wear those shirts. And you think, aren't they hot? But they're breathable, and probably it's cooler than having bare skin.
Yeah, I wear them all the time when I surf, almost, I would say without exception. And so for me, that is just like my own practical hack to protect my body from the sun.
You mentioned the, what'd you call it?
The décolletage.
The décolletage.
Yeah.
Okay, so people will say you can tell, especially on a woman's age by the wrinkles in her neck. Have you heard that?
No.
Like lines on a tree.
I don't know if that's entirely true. Because there's this idea of tech neck too. So tech neck has been a topic that has maybe fallen out of favor a little bit, but it's this idea that because we work and we look down, we create these folds in our neck. And so some thought is just by virtue of our modern techie life, we also get those creases in our neck. However, I would say, and a more accurate statement is, you probably could kind of tell a person's age based off of the changes on their skin on this décolletage area, and those being the constellation of dark spots, light spots, and dilated blood vessels. We call this poikiloderma of Shavat. We can probably find a picture to put up here, but this is the chronic sun damage and the accumulation of that and the changes that occur that you could prevent if you just didn't neglect this area.
So I'm sure people are thinking, man, I wish he was going to be on again tomorrow. And he won't be on again tomorrow, but you are going to come on and talk with us on a pretty regular basis because the skin is the largest organ on our body, so there's a lot to talk about it. Before I let you run, though, this morning, for anybody heading outside today, is there a type of sunscreen to use over another, and is there a right way to put it on?
Okay, perfect. So the quick synopsis on sunscreens, here's the rundown. Which is more effective, chemical or mineral? The answer is both, because it's an objective regulated term. SPF 30 plus is the first thing you should be looking for, and then the best sunscreen is honestly just the one you're going to wear. It's very subjective. Aesthetically, do you like it? Do you feel comfortable in it? Is it breathable? Does it sit nicely and layer with your makeup? If you wear it, that's perfect. And the measurements, how to put it on, the general synopsis is 2 finger lengths for the face, maybe 3 for the face and neck. And then they say half a shot glass for the body, but just a generous amount for the body, I think.
Spray versus lotion?
I'm not a big fan of sprays. I see the wildest burns every summer with sprays, even this year. It's just streaky, it's inconsistent application. So if you use a spray, I know they are convenient, but my recommendation is actually not to spray at all. I say spray it into your hand and then just apply it.
If you get a burn, aloe is your friend?
It is probably the best evidence-based ingredient for sunburns, but it comes in a very limited field where almost nothing has any evidence. But I love aloe. Personally, I actually love aloe. One of my most fun pet projects was I took some aloe plants, just cut it up, extracted the gel. It's a very nice product. I love it aesthetically, and I think functionally it has good data behind it.
Are you taking client calls yet? I know you opened July 1st.
Yes, we are. We are taking and booking appointments now. And we'd be honored and happy to see you and serve you. So
he's Doc Dollywood. His real name is Dr. Luke Maxfield. But you will find him at Aspire Dermatology and Skin Surgery Center. I just think that is the most delightful, down-home, shows who you are at heart analogy to give yourself. I just think it's great. He'll be on Walden Street and Soddy Daisy right there in the downtown area. You can call them 712-9301. Online it's aspiredermatologytn.com, and watch for him to be back with us every couple of weeks, I think, because we have a lot to talk about. Next time we'll get very specific. Great to meet you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Ascension Living provides services and amenities to our residents.
It's such a close-knit group. It's so much like family.
Why wouldn't you